Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror film reviews, ratings, rankings, and rumors. Now for your hosts, Danny, Joel, and Katrina.
All right, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Krampus, Katrina.
Ooh, here I come.
Better watch out.
Better watch out.
And we got Jingle Bells, Joel.
Hey guys, what's up? I wish I had some jingle bells to.
Yeah,
ring.
we need you ringing around.
All right, so on the first day of ScareMas, my true love gave to me.
Better watch
out.
Better watch out. All right. So this is the first day of Scare Talk, ScareMas.
ScareMas, yeah.
So this is the first episode.
First annual.
Of the of the coming 12 days of Christmas. And we're going to start with Better Watch Out. So Joel, who is
Better watch out. All right, so this one stars Olivia DeJonge. She's the main actress in this movie. She was in Elvis, The Visit, and 10 episodes of The Society. So there's three main characters in this entire movie. Two of them were siblings in a movie that I'm going to talk about here, which is kind of crazy.
Okay.
Levi Miller is Luke. He's the kid that she's babysitting. He was in A Wrinkle in Time, Pan, and American Exit. Yeah, he was Peter Pan in Pan, so pretty big part there.
Yeah.
And we've got Ed Oxenbould. He's Garrett. He's the friend. He was in 17 episodes of Puberty Blues.
Okay.
Alexander in The Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
Okay, yep.
And The Visit. So he was a little boy. They were the brother and sister in that movie.
Yeah, he was annoying in that movie.
I liked some of his. I thought he was pretty funny.
Okay.
But yeah.
We'll have to review that one eventually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. This was written by Zach Kahn. He did the story and he wrote it. He did 12 episodes of Mad, the animated version of Mad Magazine. I didn't know that they made a TV show of that.
Okay.
And one episode of Sketchy. So he's mostly known for like comedy stuff. And then Chris Peckover wrote it, and he was involved in 7 episodes of Wolf Like Me and Undocumented. And this was directed by Chris Peckover, who directed Undocumented and Alive and Well, which was a short. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, on a quiet suburban street, a babysitter must defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion.
Oh, man.
Damn.
It's actually a pretty good description.
That is a good
description. That is a very good description.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Very appreciated.
Yeah. I appreciate it because of the lack of spoiling.
Yeah.
And yet, this will be a spoiling episode. So, that is the last you will hear of non-spoilers.
Yeah, we're going right into
this is a
spoil town.
Spoilerific. And there's some spoil in this movie. Spoilerific.
Yeah.
Big spoiled eggs, yeah.
Actually.
All right, Katrina, tell us what the people think.
Okay, so we'll go to Rotten Tomatoes as always. This one gives it a fresh tomato. It is 89%.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Good old tomatoes.
Pretty good score. Tomato. Yeah.
That is a fresh tomato.
Yes, it is. And the audience score, however, is all the way down at 64%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still a fresh tomato, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
60
It
or
is still
higher.
technically.
Yeah. But
Very right.
really pushing it on that one. That one.
But I mean, 89% doesn't mean it's 89%. That just means
Right.
it's over 60. So for all we know, it could still be in the 60s for how people felt. That just means
Okay.
89% went 60
Saw it
or
as
above.
fresh.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, either way, usually that score is the lower score.
Usually.
Oftentimes.
Yeah.
And so we're finding a few times that that's not adding up.
Yeah.
We just did one that was also similar. But this one, IMDb sticks with that audience score and has it at a 6.5.
Okay.
Still a
That's
pretty
pretty good.
decent score for like a under the radar type of type of movie like this, because
Yeah.
I had heard of this
Yeah, when did this
movie
come out?
for a few
2016.
years,
2016. Okay.
Yeah.
but I just
Nice.
never seen it until now. And like the Facebook groups and stuff, sometimes we'll talk about it around the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's a pretty decent score for.
I wouldn't have minded seeing a higher score for it.
Yeah.
I think the critics had it more right on than the audience.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think this went to theaters, at least not that I remember. Maybe it did for limited theaters or, for a short period of time. But, so, yeah, like you said, we're going to get into spoilers right away. So, this movie has some comedy, I would say. I think it was kind of funny at times.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Did you kind of laugh at some stuff? Or?
It had some dark humor for sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty, like, it definitely was a, more on the serious side, but there was definitely some comedy in there too. So
yeah, it's labeled as a comedy.
I don't know if I remember myself laughing much.
No.
I mean, I think the parts that maybe some might find funny, I felt a bit disturbing because of his age, and
that's
I
the
really
dark humor.
connected. Yeah, I guess so. And I really connected with the fact that he was young and the stuff they were into, and just what was going on with him. It definitely wasn't easy for me to find it as funny.
Okay.
I took it seriously.
Well, when Putty shows up, I mean, I just laughed seeing his face.
Okay, but here's the thing.
He was a creep.
He was super creepy.
Yeah.
Super creepy. And I kept thinking there was going to be something more to him.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, though, that he's the dad of...
That he's the dad. Yeah, that's... what
it kind of
you kind of wonder, like, what is this household like what has this boy grown up with? And the way the mom treats the dad, and she was obnoxious to me, and I wouldn't have minded something to happen to her or something, but I mean, whatever, it ended well. But I did not like her. I was glad that she was only in a few minutes of the movie.
So you may have seen this movie. So let me refresh your memory on it a little bit.
If you haven't, stop.
Yeah,
go watch it.
Go watch it, because I'm gonna talk about the plot.
And then come back.
And I saw it last year.
Yeah.
I saw it last year, and I remembered that there was something different about it, but I couldn't remember what it was. And so this time around, I was kind of like, what was interesting about this movie? So what happens is the main guy, what's his name?
Don't call him guy.
The main character's name?
He's 12.
A kid.
Yeah,
He's
Levi.
12. His name is Luke.
Levi.
No, he's Lucas.
Lucas?
Lucas.
Oh,
they call him Luke.
This is really Okay, Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah.
He is 12, and he has a babysitter, and I think it's Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a big crush on his babysitter. And him and his buddy are talking about how he's going to make a move tonight on her. And, what is she, 17, 16,
She's
17?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 years. Well, I guess 17. She's going to be.
They say that she's turning 13 soon. So
yeah,
she could be 18 right now.
Yeah. Something gave me the idea that she was 18 because she had graduated. She was getting ready to go off to college and everything. So she's between 17 and 18.
Right.
Yeah.
She's 5 years older than Lucas.
Okay. So then, the parents leave, and, soon, not too long after, it seems like their house is being broken into. And so, it's turned into like a home invasion horror movie. Yeah. And that's, a decent amount of the movie, but then you find out that it was staged. And Garrett, his friend, was in on it. And the whole point of it was for Lucas to kind of like save her and, get her to like him because he's this strong man saving the woman or whatever. But that kind of goes off the rails. She figures out that it's Garrett
which I loved how she figured it out, because at the beginning she was looking at the pictures and stuff, and you saw her kind of focus on this picture where he had this weird mask on. It was like a ski mask, but it was like weird, and I was waiting for that to come into play. Yeah. And I noticed that the robber had that mask on. Okay. And I was thinking it was going to be the dad or something. And because the dad had this weird, infatuation or whatever with the babysitter too. He kept referencing her, how she looked, and well, I'm going to miss her and all that. Like just a total creep.
Yeah.
And he seemed really creepy. Yeah. Really weird. I mean, if you guys know him as Putty, then he already has a funny affect. And it just was to the umpteenth degree. Right. But I loved how it was revealed, because she was like, she recognized that mask. Yeah. But then it was Garrett.
Yeah. So she kind of foils their plan. And now they're like, well, mainly Lucas is like, okay, well, I'm gonna get you to like me, basically. And he ends up,
I don't even know if his intention at that point was to get her to like
maybe
him.
He was just mad.
I think he was just I'm gonna have some fun with this now.
Yeah. Well, she started like going off on him, like talking down to him, saying like he's a little boy, he's a little kid, and everything, just like demeaning. And then that's when he just like lost it.
She totally
pushes her down the stairs,
slaps her, and pushes her down.
Yeah.
So he ends up
at
tying
that
her
point.
Up.
That's flipped.
Yeah. So now the movie is definitely a different movie than it looked like it was going to be. Yeah. So now him and Garrett are there, like, just kind of messing with her for a lot of the movie. And this is like maybe a third way through the movie, or maybe halfway.
Yeah, this is only 30 minutes in about when that twist happens.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, there's still like an hour left of this movie.
Yeah. But the thing is like when they're messing with her and everything, Lucas is giving Garrett, he gave him these pills that he says is oxy.
Yeah.
And then and Lucas had already started drinking champagne, and Garrett had been talking about smoking weed and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're getting just plastered. And these are 12-year-old kids. And they're drinking champagne, taking oxy, smoking weed. And then he has this other like drug that he got to give her that's supposed to make
Mhm.
her eventually forget everything that happened, fall asleep, and not be able to remember what happened. That's how he is going to get out of this
drug or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know, those disturbing parts are why it's like, I can't take this funny.
Yeah.
You know, I
don't
see
think
where
that stuff was funny necessarily.
Well, yeah, but once you're introduced to that, it's like, I can't even take any of this funny because it's like, whoa, this is really big stuff that these little kids are getting into.
Yeah.
And they don't even know what they're doing at this point. Like, and I see how, like, maybe one of the kills where it was like the paint can and everything.
The Home Alone paint can.
Yeah, maybe that was like considered like funny.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my gosh, it's just so disturbing, everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That
I think for me, the dark humor scene that I go back to, because remembering that these are just children, these are just kids, like, you know, he's making some really adult decisions here, but he's still just a dumb child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When she's tied up at the end of the movie, and him and Garrett are like playing the F, Marry, Kill Adventureland characters.
Oh yeah,
like,
the Adventure Time.
That's when Adventure Time. Yeah. That's when it's like, okay, well, that's like it clicks back in your mind that they're children again, and like it's kind of the stupid like childlike things that
it was still disturbing, the stuff that they were talking about, like with Princess Bubblegum and like the different stuff, like oh my gosh, like these are 12-year-old kids saying this about these sexual things.
What was it? Good Boys or Bad Boys? That movie where it was like even younger kids talking all vulgar and stuff.
Oh, I never saw it though.
Okay, well,
and
that was
disturbing to think about.
Yeah,
like because part of that was them doing a bunch of drugs and stuff. Yeah. It's disturbing for me to look at this, and I think probably because of the area of parenting that I'm at right now, that stuff's just not fun to watch to me.
Yeah,
it's not not a joke.
I remember watching it last year, and I bought it because it was a Christmas horror movie, and I knew we were going to be doing this. But I remember thinking like there was something about this movie that I didn't really like, and it was something was disturbing about it, but I couldn't remember what it was. And, you know, obviously now I remember.
Well, and the thing is it wasn't that I didn't like it. That's the thing, is it didn't take away from my like of the movie. I can't get on board with it being seen funny as like a comedy or even lighthearted. To me, it was a dark, disturbing movie. It was super good acting. I thought that Luke was like great in the movie. I think his acting was great. I liked I liked Jessica.
I don't remember her name.
No, that was Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Ashley. I liked Ashley. I liked the characters. I thought they did great. I think they were good actors. The acting was good. The story was great. I really liked the movie. It just it's a disturbing
comedy.
Yeah, it's a disturbing movie. I would not categorize this as horror comedy.
Yeah. So what do you think of the movie, Joel?
Hey guys, I wanted to ask you, why did we choose Zencastr to do our podcast?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it is. So we had gone to a bunch of different companies, different sites, and either the quality wasn't great or the pricing just wasn't in our wasn't what we were wanting to pay. But then we went to Zencastr, and the quality was really good, and the price was very affordable too. So we've been with them for about 6 months or so, maybe slightly less. And it's been really good so far. So
okay, nice. Yeah, I remember when you guys were looking around.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, what I like about Zencastr is the ease of it. It's really easy to set up a recording, to invite Joel. We have to invite Joel into the recording, and then after there's some post production that you can do. You can do some editing after you're done. So it's like an all-in-one type of service.
Okay, so that's why it doesn't take you as long to do all the editing.
Yeah.
Because guys, it used to take him all night. Now he gets it done pretty quick. He does a bunch of episodes all together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Okay, so we actually have a deal for you guys. If you go to zencastr.com/pricing and use my code ScareTalk, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience I get for all my podcasting and content needs. It's your time to share your story.
I liked it. I thought it was, when I said there were some parts that were fine, I wouldn't classify this as a straight comedy at all.
Yeah.
But there were definitely some dark humor scenes. The paint can threw me off guard. I didn't expect the boyfriend, the boyfriend, to die, and there were more deaths in this movie than I thought there was going to be. Considering it was not a very big cast to begin with. So I think that part was kind of ridiculous because I don't think, I don't know what would happen realistically to somebody if they got a full paint can. The logistics. I just don't think it would cave your face in like that. But I don't know.
Well, you said let's do Mythbusters, so there must be some sort of myth to it. You know?
Yeah.
With Home Alone.
Which goes with Home Alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it graphically, I guess visually, wow, it was well done. I think that the choice of yellow paint with the blood and guts with it,
drops
and
of blood that were
and then he referenced you look like a hot dog or something because it was yellow and red. I'm that was pretty good. I thought visually that was quite an intense scene.
I'm glad he didn't end up getting away with it at the end.
Yeah. Yes.
He does because we don't see what happens to him. Yeah. But she's alive. Yeah. And just flipping him off as she's going.
Her little...
I'm sure the paramedics what are you doing? Why are you flipping us off?
I was thinking that too.
At the end I was man, he's getting away with this.
Yeah.
There's not the way he set it up and everything at the end. There's no evidence really to go back to him.
Okay, did you remember that he was getting away with it?
No, I didn't remember how it ended.
Okay, because you made a comment of he could get away with this, or I could see how he could get away with this, or something.
Yeah.
Where it made me think, oh, okay, so he's not, because the way you said it was you knew that he wasn't getting away with it.
I didn't know. I didn't remember. I was just man, because throughout the whole movie, it's okay, you're not going to get away with this, dude. How do you think this is going to play out? Especially when people start dying and stuff, and it's okay, you get deeper and deeper
bringing the X
hole.
And he
bringing the X back, making it seem he killed everyone and then killed himself.
He really set it up.
Yeah.
And did you remember?
How did you come up with that?
Yeah, I know. That's pretty. It's pretty intense for a 12-year-old to come up with all that.
Yeah.
Did the ex-boyfriend look familiar? He's been in a couple of things. He didn't really see his face that much, I don't think. He was
another funny part was he was in the car hyping himself up.
Yeah.
To go in and talk to Ashley. So there were some funny parts.
Yeah.
What's
he was?
Power Rangers.
His name is Billy, Max's brother in
I was
Stranger
going to say
Things.
Stranger
and,
Things.
And Jason in Power Rangers movie.
And he was also in Elvis.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he was.
So two people from Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, I like him. He was good in Stranger Things. But yeah, he didn't last very long in this movie, like at all.
Yeah.
So wait,
he didn't even go inside the house.
He's Billy in Stranger Things? Oh,
Max's
I didn't
brother,
recognize that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't recognize that. Like, he's a big part of Stranger Things.
Yeah. Couple seasons, yeah.
Yeah, Billy's significant.
Yeah, it was just through the whole movie. I was like, there's no way this guy's going to get away with this. The deeper he goes, the more people die. Like, how is this going to work out for him? And then once it came to the end, I was like, okay, yeah, I think he would get away with this. So I was glad, though, at the end that he likely won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I wanted to see the aftermath. I wanted to see him get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I loved how the way that they explained how she made it was she was able to put the duct tape over because she was like, not the duct tape again. You know, like she had referenced that at different points because he kept putting duct tape over her mouth. And then I loved how they had ended it with, like, he had mentioned, like, that his mom all of a sudden never had time to hold him anymore when he was going to bed. Like, that was a big part of his, like, his trauma or whatever, you know, like his experience of what really changed him is like, why did she all of a sudden take that away from me? And then after all of this, she's so upset and she goes and just holds him. And he's just like, yes, that's like all I wanted. I just wanted this love from mom again. And that's like where it's like, man, what got him to this point? Like, what has this household been like? It's crazy.
We get deeper into this.
Oh my gosh, it was.
Well,
nuts.
they could, like, the whole that scene where he kills his friend and he's like, why did you make me do this? And it was like, wow, that's. I mean, there are definitely relationships, like in real life relationships like that, where one's beating the other, and it's like, well, you made me do this, and like, so he definitely later on in life could easily go that route. So
and he admits that he didn't kill the hamster on accident, like that it wasn't an accident, that he did it on purpose. So he's been disturbed for a while. At least a year. Because that was a year before that he killed at Sam's. Man. Yeah.
It reminded me of The Babysitter at first.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I was getting from it. But it was cool that it wasn't just a straightforward home invasion slasher kind of movie.
Yeah.
It definitely had a twist to it. So
home invasion with a twist.
Yeah. It was good.
A more disturbing twist.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing Christmas themed horror films, and I want to talk about the Christmas aspect to it. So do you guys feel like this one felt like Christmas during the movie?
There were parts that definitely did, like the decorations that they had in it, the tree, like they had this gorgeously decorated tree,
Christmas tree,
and the Christmas lights that were out. But I think that also with her getting at the end, her getting tied up with the Christmas lights, that really brought it home that it was a Christmas movie. But there were definitely times that you forgot that it was a Christmas movie.
What do you think?
What do you think, Joel?
All that plus like there was definitely Christmas music being played throughout the movie too.
Oh yeah, the carolers.
Yeah.
And the carolers as well. But with what we've talked about in the past, them going out, it could have been for any reason and not like some Christmas party or whatever. It could have just been a Friday, Saturday night when all of this happened anyway. So with that, like if you take away the Christmas aspect of it, it still works as a movie itself without changing anything.
Yeah, so is it a Christmas movie?
So technically it's not. But there were, I do like the lights and the music and everything. But yeah, technically this could have been at any time of year.
Yeah, that is true, Joel.
And it's been a long time since we've talked about this rule that we have on this channel.
Will we read
a couple of years ago we did Christmas horror films. Last year we didn't really do any Christmas horror films. We talked about the mean one.
The best Christmas horror film there is.
But I think that was it. And but the year before we talked about quite a few, and a rule that we had was, if you can this movie take place at any other time for any other reason? Does the plot have to be Christmas? And if not, if you can have this movie take place at any other time and not really change the movie, then it's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, if you can take Christmas out and the movie still makes sense.
Yeah,
it's still the same movie.
Yeah.
I would say it had the Christmas feel to me when the carolers were going. That's what kind of reminded you, I think, that it's Christmas.
Which is funny because I didn't even remember about the carolers until Joel just said it. And the thing is there was only one scene that actually played a role, though. That was why at some point it was like there was this distraction with the carolers that's what made him be able to do one of the kills.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But that distraction could have happened with any other thing,
anything else,
depending on whatever was going on. So I agree. I have to agree that this would not be considered a Christmas movie.
Doesn't meet the test.
This is a Christmas themed movie. It is themed around Christmas. It has a Christmas ambiance, but it is not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and rate it. Katrina, let's start with you.
I'm going to give this an 85.
All right. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid B.
I think I'm going to go 81.
All right.
Okay. Yep.
Solid. I'll go. I'm going to go 80.
All right.
80?
Solid.
Okay.
So we're all in the B's.
Yeah.
It's a B movie.
Yeah.
It's a B movie.
Yeah.
Putty's in there.
Yes. B movie.
I was relating more to like a blockbuster hit.
A blockbuster hit?
What do you call it? A B movie, right? B list?
Oh, like a
B movie budget? Is just a low budget. Yeah, not a blockbuster.
Okay, I don't know. More like you guys always been referring to B movies, and I'm forgetting what
that's like an A. There's A-list actors, and then there's B-list acting, and and story. Like this is. I think it's a little bit more, like a little better than a B movie, but not
it's like
not like, you know.
Well, that's what I gave it a high B.
Yeah,
higher
you
B.
gave it a pretty good
I just noticed Freddy without his hat on.
Yeah, he's up there bald right now.
Yeah, he's
Poor
creepy
Freddy.
without a hat on. He's creepy enough with a hat on.
Yeah.
But Danny took his hat. And,
I took his hat. You know, I have my Christmas sweater, so
yeah.
the outfit.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the first day of Scare Talk. First
ScareMas.
day of ScareMas.
ScareMas.
And
we're gonna get Danny on board with this ScareMas.
The next day of ScareMas is tomorrow, and we will be bringing you Christmas Bloody Christmas.
Bloody.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh,
so
it's
look out
Christmas,
for it.
Bloody Christmas. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was Bloody Christmas.
Okay.
Blake Christmas.
All right, this has been Scare Talk.
Oh. Sleep tight.
Don't let Lucas bite.